The Lipscomb Bison captured the ASUN tournament crown with a 76-65 win over North Alabama, and Coach Lennie Acuff checks into the starting lineup here on Marching to Madness as he has a date in the NCAA tournament next week. However, first things first, Coach, it was the Bison's second ASUN tournament title and then the first since 2018.
Yeah, it was a good day for Lipscomb. It was a good day for our school, our basketball program, and very thankful for everything that's transpired in the last week or so, Ken.
Playing those games inside of a tournament uh, at home. Talk about the ramifications of that and how it helps you.
Well, I think it's a huge advantage. Now, the one thing that's unique is I would agree with you. I'm not sure it's a break. I think you earn it. And I've been in the league 6 years. Throw out COVID, where we went to a neutral site. All 5 years that the home team has won the conference tournament, the team that was playing at home. So we knew about 3 weeks ago, whoever ended up being the number one seed, us or North Alabama, was going to have a distinct advantage. And we fought like crazy to get that. We were fortunate to win a tiebreaker for sure. And just having the opportunity to be at home was big for us on Sunday. It was a great advertisement for our school. It was a great advertisement for our league. I think it showed the country what kind of basketball is played there, and then obviously most particularly at Lipscomb.
Coach, in the semifinals, the Bison won an overtime thriller against Queens. How tough was it to transfer that, turn the page, and play a championship in less than 24 hours?
Well, we're a little bit unique. Our tournament actually is Monday, Thursday, Sunday, which we would not have been ready to play in 24 hours. I like the way we've done it. Now we're moving on next year to a neutral site, but we wouldn't have been ready to play 24 hours later after going to overtime. We were very, very, very fortunate to win the Queens game. Extremely fortunate. We were down 10 with 7 minutes to go, and we were able to kind of get back in it with some three-point shooting, but. That game took a lot out of us, but also you feel like when you win a game like that, you think, well, maybe it's our year.
Mhm.
And most of the time to win a tournament, you need some good fortune, and we sure had some.
Joe Anderson was the tournament MVP. 18 of his 23 points came in the second half.
Yeah, Joe's has been great for us the last month, and particularly the last week. I mean, his numbers in the conference tournament were off the charts. He's a great kid. He's a great leader. He's a great ambassador for our school, and to see him have success was really a lot of fun. It was great for all of our kids. I mean, they put obviously a lot of time, energy, and effort go into it, and to see the fruit of that is obviously special.
Interesting eight-man rotation. The top four players in minutes played are all over 30 minutes. So the veteran, the leadership there is huge for you, I would think.
Well, it is, and actually, if you look at our stats, one of the guys that shows up in there playing is Dylan Faulkner. He's been out for like 2 months, and so we've kind of shortened our bench to 7 guys, and that's not a reflection on the kids that aren't getting an opportunity to play. It's just we felt like we needed to go with the guys that are a little bit more experienced, and so yeah, we lean on our starters heavily, and we have Grant Aspen and Miles White that come off the bench, one in the post and one on the perimeter, and we ask a lot of those guys. So that's why it's good to have this week. We're giving them off yesterday and today and have a few days to kind of recalibrate in every way, emotionally and physically. And so, yeah, we lean on our older players, and those guys produced on Sunday.
Your team plays at high efficiency on both ends of the floor. What are some of the features or characteristics that enable the Bison to have those outputs?
Well, I think we're a connected team,
Mhm.
which I think you have to be on both ends of the floor. I think we have guys that put all their energy into winning. I don't think we have anybody that has an agenda, which that really helps, and that's how your efficiency is going to be helped when you have good ball movement and player movement, and the our best player is the open man. We need to throw it to the open guy and be easy to play with. Help the guy beside you play well, and so that and on the defensive end, it's not just sharing the ball on offense. You have to be connected on defense as well, and everybody has to be on the same page. And that's probably the biggest jump for us this year has been our defensive improvement. We were one of the worst defensive teams in the country last year, and we led the league in the ASUN in most every defensive category in 24-25. So that's been a big part of a success.
When you improve that much defensively, what are some of the things that you worked on maybe before practice started in October? What are some things you worked on to try to get the team to rise defensively?
Well, I think one thing is I backed out of it a little bit. I kind of turned it over to the assistant coaches, Tyler Murray and Vince Martin and Roger Eastrom, and they've kind of taken over that side of the ball. I mean, obviously I have veto power and I have a lot of input, but in terms of our, matchups and some of the schemes where we employ, it's usually leans on them, and it's freed me up to maybe be better in some other areas. And so give them a ton of credit. And I don't care whether it's offense or defense, you're good on offense when you have good offensive players, and you're a lot better on defense when you have really good defensive players. There's no secrets to this stuff, and but I really credit my staff for the job they've done.
Your club averages 10 3-point field goals per game. That's a bunch. With Anderson and Giassi Powell averaging over 2 makes per night. So, talk a little bit about your 3-point attack and how it formulates for the open players and the good shots.
Well, we don't really go into any game with a number. What we're chasing is great shots. I mean, we
Mhm.
want to get the best shot for our team. We're pretty specific in terms of we'd like to get our hand to the backboard to get to layups or to get to the free throw line or get good step in range room and rhythm threes. And so just the way we play lends itself to that. And again, you make threes when you have good shooters, and there's a lot of people that can shoot them, but we don't go into the game saying we need to shoot 40 or 30 or whatever the number you want to come up with. What we do is we go into the game chasing great shots. And if that so it's being threes, that's fine. And the other thing we've been able to do is get to the free throw line because we have a little bit of north-south on our team. And when you can shoot it, you're going to keep it a little bit longer closeouts, and maybe we can drive the closeout and get to the second and third side of the floor really helps.
Jacob Ognazovic finds 20 points per game, and he's also your leading rebounder at over 8 rebounds per game. Talk a little bit about the rudiments of his entire attack as a
Yeah,
player.
Jacob Obnakovich is a special player. He's a great kid. He's just kind of a throwback kid. He can really score the ball inside and out. He's not a fast twitch, jump over a building athlete, but he's just a basketball player. And if you're ever going to win a championship, you got to have a human tourniquet. You got to have somebody that can stop the bleeding. When you're really struggling, when you need a basket, and he's been able to do that for us. There's been many, many times we're kind of down for the 9 count, and he'll go get us a big bucket. He'll get offensive rebound and stick it back in. And yeah, he's obviously one of the best players in the country at this level, and we're really glad he's been a Bison.
Discuss your guys' trek through the regular season, which really has become a gauntlet now in all 31 conferences.
Yeah, it is. And at our level, we have to bring in a lot of guarantee money. We go play 5 buy games a year, and so we challenged our guys, and we've been fortunate to have a couple of good years in a row. We've won 20 games 3 years in a row, and sometimes scheduling is not easy when that's the case. And so we played at Arkansas, we played at Kentucky, we played at Duquesne, we played at Western Kentucky, we played at Middle Tennessee, we played Belmont, played at Chattanooga. I mean, we played a really difficult schedule, but I thought it got us ready for the league. There were no secrets to our weaknesses by the time we got to the league. We kind of knew what we had to get better at and what we had to invest in, and our league has really improved. The top 6 or 7 in our league were really, really good, and there was not much difference in it. Parity reigns now in every college sport. And so who we play, where we play them has a lot to do with where we end up.
I thought an interesting thing as I was studying your team is how few turnovers you commit, and then that cuts that points off turnover stat. It cuts it to the minimum.
Well, we tell our guys the majority of games aren't won, they're lost. And in order to win, you got to figure out how not to lose. And the quickest way to lose is to have live ball turnovers or shot turnovers. I think shot turnovers are as bad as a live ball turnover. And, but when you've got 3 fifth-year senior guards, you have a chance because those guys have been through the wars, and all three of them can dribble, pass, shoot, think, and see. And that allows us to run good offense at times, but most importantly, just get a shot at the goal. I mean, you got to get a shot at the basket.
You mentioned the ASUN and how it's improved. As since you came into the conference, what have been the big keys of improvement across the boards?
Well, I think the depth of the league. When I first got here, there were only 9 teams in the league. Now we got up to 14 for 2 years. Now we're back down to 12, and I think the depth, the quality of the depth. I did not think the bottom of the league was great when I first got here, but now it's everybody's really really good. And this year there were some teams at the bottom that didn't have as good a year as they wanted to, but I tell you they're all really well coached, and there's just not much difference in 1 through 12. And so I think the parity part of it, and I think also. With the transfer portal, everybody's old. Everybody has older players. It's almost like the men's league. And
Mm.
I mean, it's highly, highly competitive every night with fantastic coaching, and we're in great cities all over the South. We're kind of a destination type place that you get to go play basketball. So it's a really good league with schools that are very well coached.
You have a interesting setup there at Lipscomb with playing in Nashville, playing. Belmont's there. You got the Titans, you got the Predators, you got Tennessee sports. Talk a little bit about how the Lipscomb culture has ingratiated itself into maybe the Tennessee culture.
Well, obviously Nashville's an incredible place to live, and but there's some challenges with that. I mean, there's a lot going on, and you haven't mentioned Broadway. I mean,
Yeah,
you just there's always a lot going on in Nashville, the music industry and the concerts and all that. But it's a great place to live, and Belmont's 2 miles from us. They've had an incredible program. Then you've got Vanderbilt, that's about 2.5, 3 miles from us, and the Mark's done a great job there. They're having a great job at Vanderbilt, and they're going to make the NCAA tournament, and then. You got Tennessee State, you got Middle Tennessee, you've got the Titans, you got the Predators, you've got all those things. So you have to really work hard to create a niche. I've always said the stronger your message, the stronger your product, the stronger your message. And you can, shoot off all the fireworks you want. You can give away all the free t-shirts you want. There's nothing like winning.
sure.
And, people are going to be interested in you and if you win. I mean, we wouldn't be talking today if we didn't win on Sunday. That's just reality. And I think the best thing we can do for our brand and create interest in this city is to continue to put out a good product. And so that's what we work hard to do. And we have, said to a lot of people in the last few days, you win a lot of games with good players. There's no secret to it, but also you win championships with administrations. You have to have an administration that's committed to it.
Coach Lennie Acuff and those Lipscomb Bison. They'll be stampeding into the NCAA tournament next week. Coach, good luck to you.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.